just catching up with Lewey Hook, and you very kindly were talking about my trip through Africa, and you've come up with this inspired idea that you're doing now about what you're doing with your growers in Africa. Tell everyone what you're looking to do.
I really want to visit every grower on a motorbike, every grower that we've got, and not just Africa. Actually, I was thinking more in South and Central America.
Really?
And those it's lovely riding, lovely mangoes, everything.
Yeah.
Mangoes and motorbikes. That's my tag on Instagram, actually. Mango motorcycle.
You get so many people following you. Do you think you get a better reception from your growers as well if you took that route?
Yeah, I've done one in South Africa a while ago,
Okay.
and it was just real cool rocking up there on a motorbike.
Yeah. Because I always think we're not that good at presenting ourselves, and there's such a I've used this word too many times with you already today. There's such a human side to fresh produce, and we don't see that. Whether it be brilliant businesses like yours, or the growers and the fantastic people that they have with it, and the fantastic fruit. So doing something like that, and you promoting it even more so would be amazing.
Well, you can relate a lot more on a motorbike, as you know, Max. You can relate to people on a motorbike because you're there and you get off and you just start talking about the motorbike. If you turn up on a car with your Panama hat on and you're there to do an audit or whatever, there's a wall between you and the grower.
Okay, so you're here at Groundswell 2024. Why?
I'd like to get our growers from around the world just to connect with the idea of regen farming. Just the soil and just the ground cover. Soil and ground cover. Those two factors, if I can get our growers looking at soil health, and then it's a healthy tree, and the reliance on agrochemicals to be slightly less to get, a healthy tree is a healthy crop, is good mangoes and good profits.
So is it? I always use the Kenyan example that we stopped plastic bags in supermarkets years ago. Now Kenya doesn't allow plastic bags, and so do you think by a process of osmosis that if the likes of yourself are waxing lyrical about regen ag, that growers UK and internationally will get it and follow suit and make that change?
I don't know, it's a start point. I think you've got to start somewhere, and I've got a friend in Peru that's already started talking about it, and so it's the very start of it when you're looking in the developing world and you're trying to talk about regen farming when there's so many other bigger issues that they're going to come across every day.
So I get worried when I've done work in the likes of West Africa and I see pineapple production and plastic is laid, pineapple runners are planted, the crop is harvested a year, 18 months on, and then the plastic is ploughed in, and those fields have had ploughed in plastic for 30 years, turns into micro plastic and gets washed down the road. So there's definitely a change that needs to happen.
You just look at mercurial in the area around southern Spain,
and
you look at the layers. It's that should be almost a museum to what you can't do right. And if we can just shortcut what we've got perhaps wrong or not so good in the UK and in the developed world, and shortcut that in the developing world and go straight to better principles, then as we've seen in a lot of other principles, that they can catch up a lot faster and do a better job. And there's some advantages in soil health in the developing world and tree health. It's the right thing, but slowly, even if they just do one part of it, into the practices they're doing.
And Lewey, do you think there'll be a natural push from the retailers that they'll want to see more, and so through that downward pressure from the retailers that people will have to change?
Already you've got leaf, for example, that retailers are pushing out to one stage is Europe, and then the rest of the world comes into it. And leaf, if you're signed up to something like leaf, you've got to start thinking about environment and farm, which is regen. It's all tied in together.
So success. What would make you happy to see as a success within regen and fresh produce, say 5 years out? What would success look like for you?
Healthy trees. I mean, mango trees to me are pretty important. Just mango trees are pretty important, and there's a lot of use of something like pactolobutrazol. That you are inducing flowering to get flowers and fruit. If we can make the trees healthy, really healthy, you don't need that. You don't need that.
Well done. And is there anything specifically that you've learned today at Groundswell that you didn't know previously that we can learn from you?
Wow, put me on the spot. I'll come back to that one. There's a few things that I wrote. A sap analysis rather than leaf or soil analysis.
Go on.
If you do a sample on sap rather than soil and rather than leaf, you're looking at what the actual tree is sucking up and what's available to the tree rather than what's in the soil and it might not be available to the tree, or on the leaf that's already photosynthesized that out. So a sap sampling is what I've learned today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never stop learning. Favourite motorbike? Oh, hello.
Can I have 5 choices here?
I didn't ask you your favourite child here. I asked you your favourite. No, we want your one favourite motorbike.
Well,
what did you arrive on today?
I arrived on a Tenere
Okay.
T700.
Okay, but when you visit your amazing growers in...
Well, it's got to be something like a small adventure bike, I love looking at Ducati Scrambler desert sleds.
We've lost them, everyone. We've lost them.
Yeah. Well, but my favourite bikes are enduro bikes, and I've got a Yamaha enduro bike, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, follow this man.
Good for wheelies too.
Follow this man. This man's amazing.